Hey y'all. Hello. How y'all doing on this great Monday? I'm hearing this song by it's by Total. Kissing you is all that I've been thinking of. Kissing you is that's what I'm hearing. I wanna kiss you. Kissing you is all that I've been thinking. So somebody is really, let's get into this read. Welcome back to my channel. This is Adana, also known as the Rosine. And today I'm reading for the beautiful, handsome collective. Hello, collective. Hello, hello, hello. Flowers, flowers, flowers. Flowers, flowers, flowers. Flowers, flowers, flowers. Yes, big one more time. Flowers. You get some, catch these flowers. You get some, catch these flowers. And you get some berry, okay? Thank you, Miss Blacklisted. Thank you, boo. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell to book a private reading with me or to shop in my store. All that information is in the description box below. Also, don't forget, I do have a podcast that's called Wisdom Beyond Wounds, and it's to more so we're gonna be healing in public, okay? It's a podcast that I created surrounding this book here, which you can also get on Amazon. It is readily available for purchase on Amazon. It's called Wisdom Beyond Wounds, and it's to help and assist you with healing from narcissistic abuse or experiences that you may have went through, okay? The podcast, if you're interested, reach out to me by email, or I've been posting all over my social media accounts. Make sure that you're following me on all social media accounts: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. What else? X, all of them. I got all of them. Okay, so make sure you're following me there. And actually, the spots are filling up pretty quickly in regards to being on my podcast here. So if you're really interested and you feel comfortable speaking about your experience surrounding narcissism here, I would really love to have you on to the podcast. All right. So, I also have a group called Wisdom Beyond Wounds as well. It is on Facebook, okay, because it's a group. So if you're interested on that, definitely check me out on there as well too. I'll be posting more information and different types of dialogues to help you with healing as well too, okay? So that is the whole, thing about this movement surrounding Wisdom Beyond Wounds, all right? And you are worthy of your healing, and you're worthy of living a great life, however way you see fit for self, okay? So let's get into this read. So channel message here is they feel like you're coming for them. They feel like you're coming for them and they can't escape. It depends on how you perceive what I just stated in regards to the title. Maybe you are coming for them. Maybe you're not. But the truth is the truth. That's what it is. That's the whole enchilada, the whole shebang, the whole everything surrounding how they're feeling about you. They're in a paranoid state or a paranoia state here because they feel like that you're speaking too much truth to the point where they feel like they can't get a hold of you, or they can no longer control you, or they can't grasp at you. Hi, Fiji. Hey, thanks for being here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. That's so dope. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you for being here. So yes, so they feel like you're coming for them and they can't escape, okay? Now, this is more surrounding, more so of a romantic connection here, okay? And this may trigger some of you guys. There might be like a parent that may like you a little bit more than they should. It could be more like a step parent though. So take that how that resonates. You may have had some insinuations that something was off with this person surrounding you when you were growing up or so. They may have always talked very negatively about your body, or in a way to kind of make you feel very uncomfortable. So I just have to tell you what I'm picking up here, but there's specifically like a romantic connection that you disconnected from, or like a parent, a step parent that may have always had like a crush or a liking to you or something like that. Ew. Anywho, the song that came up was Kissing You by Total. That was a really great popular group back in the 90s here. And I feel like that could be your favorite song, or maybe you were listening to that song recently. But there's someone here that wants to be intimate with you, or they want to kiss you here. But I feel like they can't do that here because this is the way they're trying to do. So initially, they were very toxic to begin with. And once you disconnected from this individual here, They think that by coming back towards you and trying to bestow love upon you here, that it would kind of allow you to just let bygones be bygones. And I don't highly advise that, okay? So since that's not working here, now they're telling others that they need to stay away from you because you're a catalyst for change. That's what you are. You are a huge proponent to catalysts for changing, and most individuals that don't want to change or is very afraid of changing, they're going to be afraid of the changes that you made in your life, okay? So this person is in between a rock and a hard place here, more so in their mind, between the conscious and the subconscious. They're struggling between their conscious state and their subconscious state. Consciously, okay, they're seeing you in a way that they never seen you before because that part of you was hidden, like you were hidden in plain sight. You were a gem that were placed in very inconspicuous places around the world. So take that how that resonates, okay? So with that being said, once the gem of you became polished and once the gem of you began to shine, it puts their perspective started to break down, or more so it started to become distorted. They can't handle the distortion that they're in because they already assumed, they already had in their mind their points of view, their the way that they thought of you was automatically negative. It was downright low vibrational. You would never amount to anything. You would never beat them. You will never surpass them. Any things of this nature here. We all know that's not happening here, and we all know a narcissist's worst nightmare is being ignored, okay, being dehumanized in such way. So they feel like because you are revealing things, and you can reveal things in many different ways and aspects. One way is speaking up. That's one way, okay? Another way is that you've completely disconnect, move forward, and you're not saying anything. But because you did that, the way that you're showing up in the world is also revealing the truth as to who you are, despite you not saying anything. So yet again, there are many different ways that you are exposing this truth, if that makes sense. So yeah. What? Hey Cornelius. Hey Brittany. Hey Ryan. Hey Compton. Hey Boo. Hey Boo. All right, so your exposure of self. Remember, you are the truth of self. The more truth you step in, the more truth you walk in, the more authentic you will become. Okay? They're seeing this authenticity, but they're looking at it as a form of being inauthentic because they felt that you hid parts of you that they never knew about you, and that's not the case. You've always been who you were, but they never wanted to see it because they've already preconceived you as a certain type of individual. So when someone already has it in their mind, they're very stubborn, perception wise, in regards to how they feel that they can treat you or see you in a certain way. There's no way. It don't matter what you do. I mean, you can stand in a hot air balloon, you can stand on your tippy toe. It don't matter what you do. It's just not going to resonate with them that you are something that they can't see you to be or fathom you to be in that kind of way. So this is where the distortion is coming in. So with that being said here, when a narcissist feels revealed or they feel exposed, they experience it as a direct attack. So they feel like your truth of who you are is a direct attack on the illusions, the fallacies, the imagination that they have carved out in regards to who they thought you would be, okay? So even though you are walking in truth, you're speaking truth, you're showing up as truth, and you're setting that boundary because of the truth that you create. And you know what I mean? That makes sense, that you hold, that you walk in here. It puts them in a position where they feel like that you're coming for them, and they don't know how to stop you for coming for them. You're not coming for this individual or these group of individuals. You don't give a flying EFGHIJKL about these individuals or the group of people here. But that's not how they're perceiving you. That's not how they're seeing you. They see that you're showing up as the truth here, and it's triggering them because they know that you are the truth, but they are afraid. Number one, they are afraid to accept you for the truth that you are. Number two, they cannot accept you, ACCEPT. They cannot accept you for the truth that you are, and it puts a bind on their mind, or more so the way that they perceive you, to kind of start to, oh yeah, they're coming after me and they're doing this and doing that, and you're not doing any of that to that person. Okay, it triggers shame. Your truth triggers shame, whether you're speaking the truth, whether you're walking in the truth, whether you're showing up as truth. It destroys the illusion of the lies that they thought that you were in. Okay, so the truth feels like persecution. They feel like that every time you walk in your truth, you're speaking your truth, you're persecuting them. But maybe that's true. Let's talk about it. Maybe that is the case here, because truth brings forth a lot of chaos, or it could be a catalyst for a chaos if the person who lives in a space of nothing but lies here, they're not able to handle the truth. Okay, and once you start to do things surrounding the truth, it's going to trigger them to where they feel like that they can't do what they normally could do before. So this is what's happening with this individual here. So someone who thrives on deception and control, to them the truth is dangerous. They lost control. They can't say anything to you anymore. You ignoring this person. You don't give when you name what they're doing or stop playing around in their foolish games here, they twist reality so that you become the aggressor. In their mind, your clarity equals betrayal. How dare you get clarity in regards to what I'm doing towards you? How dare you call me out for the foolish things I'm doing towards you? That makes sense? So it then equates to a loss of control so a loss of control equates to retaliation. So since you have become much more clear, or have clarity in regards to what they have done towards you here, now they feel like you have clarity, they're no longer in control. Now they have to retaliate against you or towards you. Again, it's very one-sided, because you're not trying to argue or fight with this person here, but in their mind, they're already perceiving it, or they have perceived it as such, as that you are trying to retaliate towards them or cause some form of harm towards them. The only thing, or the only person that's causing harm towards that person is that person themselves, not you. Okay? If they can't handle truth, then they shouldn't live in lies. If they don't want their lies to be exposed, leave truthful people alone. Leave them alone, meaning you are the truth. Literally, figuratively, spiritually, metaphorically, mentally, everything. You are the truth. Leave people alone. I promise you, life would be so simple if people can see others and just leave them alone. Leave them alone. But no. It doesn't. Okay, I'm gonna fix it when I get off of here. Just click on, so Samurai, click on, I just made a post in my story on Instagram. Just click on the click here, and then you'll be able to, it will take you to the forum, sign up, and then go from there, okay? Or just email me and then I'll give you the link. But I have been posting all of my social media accounts, okay? So with that being said, I'm not gonna really look too much at the comments, because I wanna make sure that I'm channeling really good, and I don't want to like miss what's coming up to me, okay? So if I don't say anything to you, it's because I just want to focus, okay? So with that being said, so they twist reality so that you become the aggressor, and in their mind, your clarity equates to being betrayed or betrayal. So with that being said, revelation robs them of power. Revelation, what is revelation? Isn't revelation the truth of things, getting down to the nitty gritty of things being revealed? That's the truth. You're seeing something being revealed. It's now like, oh, wow, I didn't know that was that way. Oh, wow, now I understand. That's what revelation is. It's the truth. Truth brings forth a lot of power that a lot of people can't handle, because they never had it to begin with. They never had the power to begin with. So as here you come along with your la-di-da self, la-di-da, la-di-da, and you are speaking with so much conviction, so much revelation, or you're revealing things as to who you are here. It strips them from the power that they never had. So if they can't control the story, they're going to try to control their perception of you. If they can't control the story, they'll try to control the perception of you. Initially, that's what I stated. They already had preconceived notions or perception as to how they thought that you would be, how you would turn out, how you're going to walk, how you're going to talk, etc., etc. Since that's not happening here, this is why they accuse you of going after them. Okay, it shifts the focus away from their behavior and it casts them as the victim. Okay, they're not the victim here. They're not victims at all. If anything, you guys would be. But as I mentioned before, I really don't like to call the collective victims. I truly don't. You're victors. Okay, despite whatever experience or life experience you went through, you're very victorious. I feel, this is just my perspective here, I strongly feel that when someone may use the word victim, it creates a signal within the mind that it puts you in a position where you may feel very trapped within self, or you may tend to victimize yourself because of you keep saying it over and over and over. Words hold power. That makes sense. And you're very powerful in your own right. So that's why I always call you guys victorious, or you are the victor of your story, of your, experience, etc., here. Okay. So they project and project and project as much as they can to ensure that they can protect themselves or shield themselves from your truth. You can't run away from truth. You can't hide from truth. I don't care if you decide to live in a room, a dark space, you're away from society, you're away from whatever. However, you cannot run away from truth. And we all know truth comes divinely, or it comes from the source, God, Jesus, universe, divine power, Krishna, Buddha, however way you do your thing. That is the truth of it all. And if you are connected to that energy, however way y'all do y'all thing, it's going to always reveal, or the revelation as to what things are always going to be shown, not only in front of your face, but other people's faces as well. Okay. So they project their own hostility and motives onto you. If they were exposed, they'd retaliate. Okay. And that's what's happening here. They're exposed of the truth that you walk in. So they assume you are doing the same just by speaking truth. Your truth is a form of retaliation for them. And to be honest, that's not the case, but that's just how they perceive it. So they label you as the one going after them to justify their defensiveness and counterattacks, but it's not working. What is working is that this person's mind just keeps breaking down over and over and over and over. They love, 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 for whoever resonates. They love to pray from a Bible in a negative way. They love to cast spells. They love to project negative foolishness onto you. And you have this big barrier, which is the truth. See, the more truth that you speak, the more protected you'll be, believe it or not. Some people feel that because they spoke truth, that they're going to be in a dangerous space or a dangerous space. And if you look at it from that perspective, remember, words are powerful. What you speak is what's going to manifest. So if you keep saying that, oh, I'm scared to speak, or I'm scared to walk in my truth, I'm scared then eventually your mind is going to equate to what you're saying as the actual truth, and it's not the truth. If that makes sense. It can only become dangerous if you think that way, if that makes sense. It's dangerous to them because they don't know anything about being truthful. All they know are lies. So with that being said here, you're trying to escape from you when there's really nothing to escape. I mean, that could be spun in many different ways here. He got concerned. Hello. See? Concern. Oh man, thank you. Come on, Spirit, talk to me. Bad health. Their mind is deteriorating. This is funny. I don't care what nobody say. I have dark humor. It's just what it is. This is funny because this person really felt that they had complete control over your life. That is funny as well too. In the moment where their nasty mask is ripped from their nasty face here, and they're realizing that it's not happening here, yes, putting them in a bind, a mental bind. So they're concerned. Oh, the collective's coming for me. Stay away from the collective. No, 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 no. They're not good people. They're negative people. By speaking truth, how can you speaking truth be a form of negativity? If we're able to break it down in that way. Perspective wise. Good morning. How could speaking truth be negative for someone that's speaking truth? How? They want to use your truth against you. How? Truth is truth, lies are lies. How? Let's make this make sense, please. We got cough in here. And they keep praying against you. Let them do what they have to do. We don't care. The more truth that you walk in with self, the more protected you're going to be. How do I know that? Because you are connected to divine source, spirit, God, Jesus, universe, however way you do your thing. And if you are connected like you say that you are, that energy is always going to give you the truth of things. It's going to continuously push you further into the truth. It's going to give you that up boost or that boost of integrity, morality, etc., is going to give you the confidence to continue to walk in your truth. And if you're walking in your truth, nothing can touch you. Does that make sense? You know what the truth is, despite all of the obstructions and the negative occurrences that are trying to destroy what you're trying to plant or what you're trying to, progress forward or whatever the case may be. The more that you are truthful with self, the more protected you're going to be of self. I hope that makes sense. This is why I always say, if you don't trust you, you can't trust others. That's the absolute truth. What do I mean by that? The more that you listen to the messages or the feelings that are coming to the divine, and I'll just say divine energy here or source energy here, the more it's going to open up for you to see the truth for what it is. And it's going to help you to stay in that truth, and also is going to protect you from the lies. Lies represents people being harmed, hurt in many different ways and aspects. And if you're not lying to yourself, or if you don't have anyone around you that's trying to project those lying parts about them onto you, it's not going to affect you. Does that make sense? So you're walking in truth, they're walking in lies. They're deteriorating, you're elevating. They're losing their mind. Your mind is getting healthier. Your mind is sound. You're able to think, talk, walk, whatever it is that you need to do in a positive manner, and it's not affecting you in the way that it's affecting them. Does that make sense? I keep hearing, why don't you jump for joy if you happy? Why don't you jump for joy if you glad? Smash. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Do. The Jacksons, And you're coming up, or you're in a space or a stage of your life where you're going to feel very elated with self. You're going to feel very, very happy with self. You're going to wake up every day feeling so invigorated to do something really great for self. And I don't care how small it is. Be grateful for the smaller things, or the smaller accomplishments, or the smaller successes in your life, because the more that you're grateful for those small things, it's going to become a snowball effect into something greater or into something grand, if that makes sense. So it could be a mature woman. Take it how it resonates. Okay. It could be a main male. Take it how it resonates. Okay. Take it how it resonates. A mature man or a main male. It could be a mother and son. It could be a mother figure, stepmother. It could be a father figure, stepfather. It could be an ex-spouse, ex-lover. Again, take it how it resonates here. But there's a dynamic dud, dumb and dumber, that think that they can outsmart you with lies. They can do that with somebody else that live in lies. But when it comes to truth, you can't outsmart someone that lives in truth. It doesn't make sense. Oh, also, if you're interested, if you've never seen The Truman Show, actually it's on Tubi. I don't know if Tubi is available for all countries in the world, But I know to Lord child. I know the Truman Show. I saw it yesterday, but I fell asleep. So I'm gonna go back and watch it again today. But the Truman Show is readily available to watch on Tubi if anyone's interested. And it literally sums up everything what I'm saying here surrounding this narcissistic group, individual, however it resonates. That's why they're in despair. That's exactly why they're in despair. They're in their thoughts a lot surrounding you. What are you thinking? What are you doing? You're living in truth. You think in truth. You speak truth. Everything you do is the absolute truth of who you are. It's embedded in you. It's a part of your DNA makeup, if that makes sense. They're in despair because they don't know what you're doing. They think that your truth is a lie. How can a truth be a lie? They think or they assume that your truth, meaning who you are, is a lie. How can a truth be a lie? Specifically when a person, all they know are lies and been lying since the day they came out their mother's blighted womb. Yes, I said it. Sometimes you have to say what you need to say for people to understand. Yes, because either this mother figure or father figure here did not do a good job or raise them properly to be able to be equipped to be emotionally intelligent or emotionally mature. You ain't dealing with emotionally mature individuals. They're immature, if that makes sense. So they're going to continue going down this rabbit hole of escapism. This is why some individuals tend to escape using different types of various vices, you know, smoking and drinking and other things and prescription things and et cetera here. This is why they are trying to escape, because they're trying to escape the truth as to who you are. They refuse to accept the truth as to who you are. They're willing to accept the lies because they're the one that created the lies. But the moment that the truth prevails or it's revealed, the lies can't stick, if that makes sense. So this person, a group of people here, made it their whole life mission to stop you from speaking truth, walking in truth, being in truth, if that makes sense. Community of imbeciles, derelicts. They have to make up the most juiciest gossip, which is a lie or lies, to get other people on board to make themselves feel better about the lies that they spoke. Well, what happens if you rip or yank the lies away or rip it away? What happens if you yank or rip away the lies? You're left with truth. And sometimes truth can be a destroyer to people that lives in lies. And that's what's happening here. Again, take it how it resonates. Okay. Could be a mature man. Again, take it how it resonates. Okay. False person. False person. Message of concern. The message of concern here is that because they're so wound up around you being the truth, it's causing them to have a mental breakdown of their thoughts. It's causing them to have a mental breakdown in their thoughts. Hey, Stamps. Hey, Boo. Hey, LA Travels. Okay? That is the message. Listen to me. Imprisonment of the mind is the worst place that anyone could be. Specifically, if you've experienced psychological abuse, it's the worst experience ever. I've experienced that. I know what that's like. And I don't, yeah. I'll just say it ain't for the weak. I'll say it that way. Specifically, suffering or going through psychological abuse for years could eventually shift the way you see or perceive the world. And that's what they wanted to do for you. They wanted to psychologically abuse you until you took your last breath from here, because they wanted you to feel that the lies were the truth. And again, lies could never be truth. It cannot. I don't care how you spin it. It could never be the truth. It can't. And that's what's so hard for them to swallow, or is a hard pill for them to swallow, if that makes sense. They got to tell other people how you're this and you're that, and you're not any of those things. They got to tell people how you did this to them and how you didn't do that for them. They got to make themselves feel better. They got to feel embosomed within their lies, or they feel comfortable in their lies. And that's fine. They can feel whatever they want to feel. But when that truth come out, keep that same energy. That's all I'm saying. Don't backtrack. Don't backpedal. Don't regress. Keep that same energy. Don't hide behind fake pages. Say it with your chest, with your real page. Don't hide your real page. Keep the same energy. If you can live in lies, then you should be able to live in lies out loud. That's my point of view. And if you're not able to do that, then you need to sit down somewhere, okay? Could be a Capricorn. Take it how it resonates, okay? Take it how it resonates. Okay, rival is in reverse. They're not a rival of yours because you're not in rival competition with this person. It's a one-sided foolish game that they're losing tremendously. Unable to express emotions. I can't, and I don't know what's going on. And they know what's going on. They don't want other people around them to be aware in regards to what's going on. If that makes sense. What is going on? Okay, I don't. Could be a Libra. Take it how it resonates. Okay? That's burnt out. What is happening here? What is happening? Now they have trust issues. Okay. They've always had trust issues. It's just now for everyone to see because they're not able to express their emotions. Trust issues comes from, this is one point of view or one aspect of having trust issues. But from this point of view surrounding this narcissistic group or individuals here, their trust issues were developed or created or generated when they realized that things were a lie. So they adopted that lie as such as the truth. And the moment that you, again, ripped the lies from them, here is the moment that you saw truthfully 100%, 1,000,000% the trust that the trust issues that they had towards themselves. If you can't trust you, you won't be able to trust others. The more you practice your discernment, the more you hone in on your discernment, is the more you're going to be able to trust yourself, which then in regards, or in the latter, you're going to be able to trust what you are feeling and what you're seeing in regards to the social connections that you are connected with. Does that make sense? The more you trust you, the more you can trust others. Not a lot of people know that, or most people can't see it from that perspective, but that's what it is. You can tell me whatever you want to say. And I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. But if my spirit say otherwise, yeah, I'm going to roll with my spirit. You know, I listen to spirit. I don't listen to flesh. That's something I had to learn. Yeah, I had to learn because me getting caught up with the flesh of others or just listening to the words that they're saying and there were nothing behind the words, it got me in some very compromising positions. So I had to learn a thing or two or 4 or 5 things real quick. Like, you know what? Let me hone in on my discernment. Let me focus on me more. Let me become the truth of who I'm truly am. That makes sense? Could be a Sagittarius. However it resonates. Okay. Okay, there's something about a Sagittarius being married or divorced. So maybe you were married to a Sagittarius. You could have divorced a Sagittarius, or want to spin in different ways. There could be a Libra, Sagittarius, a Capricorn that may have worked together in tandem. That's another way. You could be any one of those signs that may have went through this. A Sagittarius could be married to a Libra. Sagittarius could be married to a Capricorn. A Capricorn could be married to a Libra, however it resonates, okay? But there's a marriage and a divorce here. So they could have, it don't even have to be an actual marriage. It could just be a connection of them coming together to come against you, to do foolish things towards you. And because it's not working, it's causing a form of a divorce amongst those individuals, okay? They may have started off, or you may have started off, again, however it resonates, with a friends with benefit, okay? Or they wanted you to be friends with benefit with them, however it resonates. But we have unloyal and we have karma here, okay? They were unloyal, which is why they're receiving harsh karma, and that's good news for you. Be okay with celebrating who you are. That's the great news that you can ever give yourself on a day-to-day. Every day you should be waking up with great news in regards to who you are, how you're feeling, and how you perceive yourself. Every day. I don't care how small it is. Every day you should be putting something great into yourself. Again, go get a mirror. We got bathroom mirrors. You have your cell phone. You can document it. You can record it, however it resonates. I am this. I am a powerhouse. I am abundant. I am full of opulence. I am a masterpiece. I am whatever, 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 whatever. Something great every day. You should be placing back into your life every day. That's the good news that they can't seem to fathom, or they can't understand. They don't understand the great news as to who you are, if that makes sense. So they're burning out by trying to get, I told you, see, I told you you're a liar. See, I told you, but you're not lying. You didn't lie. You've always been 100% raw and truthful since day one. They couldn't handle it. And for some of you guys, when in regards to you speaking your truth, I'll put this more so in the dynamic of toxic families here. They try to shut you up or dim your light because you spoke too much truth. You were very confident in the truth that you spoke. Look at little babies and toddlers. You told them not to do something, and you asked them, why'd you do that? Because I did. Or because what? That's the truth. And some people can't even handle the harsh truth, the raw truth, the brash truth from a toddler or a child. And this is where abuse starts to creep in. I told you not to say that. I told you not to do that. And eventually their shine of the truth that was within them, it's still within them, but it's just being buried or covered now because the toxic family dynamic, when you were a child, did not like the fact that you had that truth within yourself. They tried to harm you. They tried to beat it out of you. They tried to minimize the truth that you are within self, many different things, and that's in return created some form of a traumatic childhood trauma. So now you are aware of that, and you're fixing those things within you. The truth is now being shown again, but it's rising even brighter like the sun. We all know when that sun first starts to rise, it is the brightest that sometimes you got to put your visor down, especially if you're like driving. And if you're in like morning traffic or whatever, however you're doing your thing. Let's just say you're just driving in the morning. And there's a certain type of peak hours that you may try to tend to kind of shy away or stay away from, because if not, that sun is so blinding. That's the truth. The sun is so blinding that sometimes you may have to put your visor down. You may have to wear sunglasses, or sometimes you may have to pull over because it's so bright. The truth is so blinding. In that kind of way, you're rising up again. The truth within you is now being shown, is being reignited, is being, the flame is starting to progress bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger for everyone to see. And people who are afraid of the truth is going to be afraid of your light, if that makes sense. Can y'all hear me okay on YouTube? Jealous. Okay. What the hell? Why they always gotta do that to me? Can y'all hear me okay on YouTube? Okay, perfect. So if you're having issues on YouTube, come back, go out and then come back in, okay? Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Yes, Maz, let them know, please. could be a Virgo. You could be or they could be. Okay? However it resonates. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Could be a jealous Virgo, or someone is jealous of you. That's the Virgo. Very toxic and stressed out. Okay? Then we also have Gemini here. So again, however it resonates, you could be or they could be. But someone is very toxic in nature because of the lies. That's all they have are lies. And they're trying to plot on you. Okay, whatever. A message is coming. Yes, a message is coming here. That the only person that they cannot escape is themselves. They can't live in lies. They can't even thrive in lies. You cannot. You can try, but for so long. That lies is going to start to break down to the point where I don't know. Lies are a form of survival or surviving. Most people need to use lies, or they feel like that they have to lie to survive. Are you trying to survive, or are you trying to live? What are you trying to do here? Are you trying to live life? Not even trying. Are you going to live life, or are you going to be in survival? If you lie to yourself, you're only surviving. If you're truthful to yourself, you're going to thrive and you're going to live a very happy, copious life. That's up to you. Someone's name is Antoinette. Even children are seeing things in a different way. A child or children could have been lied to. Okay. Yeah, they were hiding a child or children. They were working really hard to do this from this child or children from seeing the truth. They were hiding children with lies. Oh, that's not true. That's not that. The collective's not this. The collective, da-da-da. And that's not the truth. There's a child or children that's seeing, however I say, seeing your story, but they're seeing that the person who's been telling them lies, they're seeing them as the liar. They're seeing them that they're not loyal. Okay. Then we also have weak here. So it's weakened this person's position to try to come towards you here. It's not even working on this child or children anymore. They're getting ready to be evicted from their home, which they're blaming you. How are they blaming you for them not being able to stay afloat in their life? When you move forward, and just all you want to do was move forward. They did everything possible to keep you encapsulated in lies. Evictions, repossessions, things being taken away from you, however that resonates for you. They wanted you to live in that lie. But the moment, even if you have experienced those things, repossessions, you know, you lost your car, you lost your home and things of that nature. Yeah, that was the truth of it. It's not nothing to be afraid of. There's nothing to hide or be shameful because you may have lost a place or here. I lost that. I lost all that stuff. I mentioned before, I have 4 kids. 4. And I was pregnant with my 4th child. My ex-husband left me high and dry for a man down the street. Left me high and dry. And when he tried to come back, because my car got repoed when I was pregnant, I was like 6 months pregnant. I was on the verge of being evicted and everything. I just let all that stuff go. I got all that back 10 times. That's the truth of it. Never be ashamed to speak your truth. It's going to help you feel your best. If that makes sense, it's going to make you feel more confident in the truth that whatever happened, happened. That's the truth. Don't be ashamed of your truth, boo. Don't be ashamed of your truth at all. Because all it's going to do is going to set you back. And the moment that I lost my car, I lost my house and everything, I even lost my kids. I'll keep it real with you. The reason why I lost my kids is because I got a video on TikTok here. But I've been trying to fight for my kids for a very long time because I ain't trying to get too deep into my personal, but I'm just using it as an example here. I had family members, mother is a police officer. They know people in the courts and stuff like that. And they railroaded me in court. Sure did. I'm not afraid to speak about that at all. At all. But when I realized the more that I spoke truth, I realized the more that I was able to release the lies that I were holding in, if that makes sense. Irresponsible, bad luck. Okay? Secrets is in reverse. Narcissist is upright. Okay? They strategically put me or attempt to put me in a position that I couldn't take care of myself. I'm not financially stable. And that's not true at all. What you think this glow is just here for play? No, boo. I've been doing the work every day. I show up and I do the work for myself because I want to make sure I can make a difference into someone else's life. If I'm doing the work and then I can show you how to do the work, then I feel like I won. Like I mentioned to you guys, I'm very community oriented. I love to see togetherness. I love to see others doing well. I'll be scrolling through, the little social media and I'm like, oh, that's cute. Okay, love, love, love. You know what I mean? I'm very community driven. I am. I love, love, love to see others succeed. If I can succeed, well, why can't you succeed? If that makes sense. With that being said here, bully is in reverse. Could be an Aquarius. Okay. Could be an Aquarius that was trying to bully you, however it resonates. But there's no secret that no one can bully you if you're walking in truth, boo. What can they say? Is that the truth? Yeah, that's the truth. Oh, okay, well, okay, it's the truth. What else do you have? And if you're walking in truth, the lie's not going to affect you. That's what I'm trying to say to you. The lies won't affect you because you're walking in your truth. You're speaking your truth. You're saying your truth. There's no reason to be ashamed of your truth. It's going to set you free. Does that make sense? And that's what they weren't anticipating. They never expect you to put yourself out there and to speak up or to show up in the truth because yet again, they preconceived or they had preconceived notions that you were nothing but a liar. And the only way that they can put you in that lying space is if they can get you to confirm the lies that they have created about you to be true. They need you to accept and to confirm the lies as the truth. And that would never work. A lie cannot be the truth. It would never work. Try it. It would never work. It would never work. Try it. And come back and tell me, please. Yes, that is the hidden agenda. People who don't have control of themselves, they only have certain things: oppression, abuse, neglect, lying, whatever, however, negative things, low vibrational things. It is a way to continue to perform some form of control over the truth as to who you are, the truth that you speak, which is why they're freaking out. Oh, no, no, don't say that, don't say that, no, no, no. Exposure threatens their survival. Are they surviving on lies? Or are they surviving on truth? If they were, I'll put it this way. You cannot survive on truth. You thrive in truth. You live in truth. You can survive in lies. I don't recommend you to do that. But their entire identity rests on maintaining a carefully constructed image. That's a lie. A carefully constructed image. What is a construct? Let's look that up real quick. Hold on. Let me get my etymology real quick. Okay. Hold on. Put together the parts in their proper place and order. That's construct. A group of words forming a phrase. Pile up together, accumulate, build, or make. They have to make their life to be seen as something that it's not, if that makes sense. So it's a carefully constructed image. They took time to create elaborate lies to construct this form of an image to come off or to come off as if it's the truth and it's not. Okay. So when that image is exposed, even slightly, it triggers shame, the very emotion they're desperate to avoid. They don't have any emotions, or they try to hide their emotions because every time they tried to express their emotions when they were younger, they got shut down for whatever reason. So since you're able to do it there, they feel like that something is not right with you or something is off with you because they can't do what you can do, be the truth. They can't stand your truth. They can't stand you. This is why they're going so hard on top of you, because of the truth that you walk in, the truth that you speak. They interpret this exposure, meaning the truth, as an attack on their survival, not just their reputation. So if you take away their lies and all they've been living or surviving on are lies, then their reputation is completely fucked. And that's a form of self-sabotage to them, in a form of where they hit that emergency button, you know, the glass, and you have the emergency button and you break the glass and you turn it on. And it's like self-destruct in a minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and the timer goes back. We're slowly regressing backwards. That's what's happening to them. That's what's happening to them. And you have to let lion dogs lay. You have to let them lay and let them deal and figure out what they need to figure out. You are not here to be everyone's assignment. You are not. You're not here to coddle people in lies. You are not. You're here to speak your truth. You're here to walk in your truth. And if anyone can't understand that, or they don't want to understand that, or they're upset because you're speaking the truth, those are not your peoples. They're not. And who gives a damn? Truth feels like persecution. They feel persecuted, like they're on the stand. Yeah, they're on the stand. Spiritually and mundanely, they are. But they choose that, or they chose that. To them who thrives on deception and control, the truth is dangerous. So walking in your truth, and they're seeing that you're walking in your truth, looks at, or is an indicator to them that you must be stopped. That's a dangerous thing that you're doing. Walking in truth, speaking your truth, is a dangerous thing. This is from their perception, or how they perceive the world, or how they perceive truth. That by you walking in truth is dangerous. They feel like you're a walking contradiction because some part of you, or any part of you, they know it's a lie, and they're doing everything possible to retaliate, to ensure and to show the world in regards to how they perceive you, or presented you to the world or the community, a group of people, as a lie. And you're not a lie at all. So sucks to be them. See? And some, not all, but some do spell work. And they're in a spell that they can't get out of. They're angry because they can't control you. And for the ones that play with spell work, they play with their Toy Story candles, their pixie dust candles here. Okay? It's not working out the way they think. If they use some form of spells, projections, Bible verses, that it will put you in a space of control. But if they don't have control of themselves, how can they control another person? Some people only know how to project onto others, but the moment that it comes back around, just like the sun, it takes 365 days for the sun to rotate around the earth. Right? And the minute that circle, or the complete circle that the sun goes around, or the earth goes around the sun, is when another cycle, another stage, another state creates or begins. Well, I'm gonna And I'm going to cast a spell on you. For what? So you're casting a spell on the collective because we're speaking truth. So what exactly is that supposed to do towards the collective? We're speaking truth. When you are connected to source or divine, that pushes you to speak truth. So they're punishing you for speaking truth. But yet again, these are the same degenerates and derelicts and nasty foul front fuckers that keep saying that they're connected to this bigger body of source or whatever. However, how is that so? They're penalizing you for speaking truth, but when they see the truth of what it is, they can't handle it. So what God exactly are they speaking about or being connected to? Make it make sense. Somebody, anybody. Make it make sense. The truth is not of God. So then what is it then? If the truth is not of God, then what is it then? Because they're truly attacking you because you're speaking truth and walking in truth. So what exactly is it then? If they keep saying that's not of God, then what is it then? Somebody help me out here. You see how you could just pick sense out of nonsense? Pick sense out of nonsense. Somebody eating here y'all go eating stuff against my eating a banana or banana split. Or you love banana split. The thing is, the separation is from self or of them, not you. Don't ever become separated from self, if that makes sense. Never, ever. Everything that you need to do needs to be a part of you. Okay? That's how you get to the truth or the bottom of things, if that makes sense. So there are ones or individuals or whoever group of people here that are separated from self because that's what lies do. Lies separate themselves from the actual truth as to who they truly are, a liar. Lies literally separate themselves from who they truly are, which is a big goddamn lie. That's what they are. That's what they're trying to separate themselves from. The lie, not the truth, because they don't know anything about being truth, if that makes sense. So, suffering in silence because they can't handle the lies that they spoke. They can't survive in the lies that they spoke. That's why they're suffering in silence. That's why they keep saying, the collective is coming for me, and you need to stay away from the collective, and the collective is this, and the collective is that. By walking in truth, break it down. Please. Break it down. Be afraid. No, I'll take that back. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to research. Don't be afraid to discover the intricate parts that make you you. Don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid of you. Even the darker parts of you, because there has to be a balance. The light and the dark side. Don't be afraid of your dark parts either. Again, there is a positive part to darkness and there's a negative part to darkness. There's a positive part to light and there's a negative part to light. They're living in a false light. They are. Artificial light. You're not. Your light is natural. Your glow is natural. It's not artificial. It's not inauthentic. Theirs is. Because if they were living in the truth that they keep saying that they were, they wouldn't have been afraid of the light that they keep saying that they walk in. Does that make sense? It's okay to balance the two, boo. Balance it. You need both your light and your dark. And don't let nobody tell you dark. No, you're not. You're dark how? How are you dark? I'll wait. People only see dark as that, dark. There's a positive part of something. There's a negative part of something, of one thing. Anything that you think of. That's just the way the world is set up or the system is set up. I don't know. It's just how it's set up. Trust the process. The process is you. Yes, thank you. Perfect. Kelly says on TikTok, yin and yang. That's perfect. Perfect. Yes. Trust the process. Everything grows in darkness. A baby is submerged in darkness for 9 months. Not so? a seed that you plant into a garden or a soil, isn't it not grown in darkness? Not so? Don't you sleep in darkness to rest yourself, and then when you rise, you wake up to the light? Not so? Yin and yang. Does that make sense? Thief is here. Too good to be true. They are too good to be true. That's what this thief is, this bandit, this robber, or whatever, however you want to call this person or group of people here that take a foolish risk to become fake rich. Taking foolish risk to become fake rich. And this is why they can't manifest the things that they want to manifest, because they live nothing but a life of lies. They cannot manifest whatever it is that they want to manifest because they live a life of lies. They want the good parts, the greater parts of things. They want to be rich or wealthy, whatever the case may be. That's an inside job first, regards to self, or in regards to self. You want to be rich and wealthy? Well, then work on you first. Break down all the parts and layers that don't resonate with you anymore. It's like a computer or a Wi-Fi or a cell phone. If you don't update if you don't update your cell phone, or if you don't update your Wi-Fi settings or whatever, however here, you're going to be in an old, outdated system that don't work for you. Update the Wi-Fi of self. How strong are you connecting to source? However that resonates for you. How strong are you connecting to source? Where's the bars on your Wi-Fi? Are you got full bars? You got half a bars? Are you still running on 2G? You still running on 3G? Running on 5G? Update every day. Yes, thank you. Amanda says on YouTube, update. Update every day, every week, whatever, however. But don't stay in a stagnant situation to the point where you feel that you can't manifest, because that's not the truth. The truth collective is that you can manifest, but you have to be rich within self first. You have to be opulent within self first. You have to love yourself first. That is the way that you can update yourself. The more love you put into yourself, the more you're going to grow. That's an update. The more that you spend time on self, the more that things are growing for you. That's an update. The more you speak life into yourself, the more that you do great things for self, that's an update. That makes sense. They're not updating because they don't know anything about it. And I can be sitting here until I'm blue in the face and they still won't understand what I'm saying. That's the lie that they keep trying to, they don't make sense. They don't make sense. Of course it's not going to make sense. They're not ready to change. They're not ready to update. They're not ready to thrive, which is why they consider, or they keep using lies as a form of them to be able to thrive or to move forward. They can't. That's why they're losing their mind over you. Because of the truth that you are, the truth that you speak, the truth that you walk in, the authenticity is your truth. And they can't handle that. And then you're being stingy. Then you being stingy with your energy, as you should be, period. Because why in the world, and I'm not, why in the world are you giving away your good energy, your good grace, your good grace, your great energy to someone that don't give a goddamn fuck about you? Yes, I said it in that way. I mean it from the bottom of my big old heart. Don't give away your greatness or goodness to nobody that won't even give you not 1/4 of a fart of anything towards you. I don't care who it is. Don't give away your greatness to anybody. Keep that for self. Keep your greatness for you. Heartbroken and low self-esteem. So now it's woe is me. Again, I can't. I'm so sorry. They're not sorry. They're not sorry. They knew you were the truth and they preferred you to be or preconceived or perceived as a lie or a liar. That's what they wanted for you. So now they're heartbroken and they have low self-esteem because you ain't coming back. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. What you say? Ray Charles, right? Y'all know that. They got STD and depression. So they have an STD that they don't want anybody to know about, but you know, and you don't care. That's the truth that they can't handle. We don't give a flying fart what they can't handle. It is what it is. Stay away from truthful people if you can't handle the truth. I promise you it's that simple. Stay with your liar team and your liar community and lying in tandem together. But stay away from truthful people if you can't handle the truth. It is what it is. So now they're depressed because they have to nurse an STD that's incurable for them. This is their perception, okay? Stick with me. That's their perception of things. They can't get rid of this thing. They're trying everything possible to get you to come back towards them so that you can lay with them. Why would you lay down with trash? This is trash. This particular person, this karmic individual, is who I'm speaking about here, who tried to cause you nothing but nuances and chaos and destruction in your life. Why would you go back to filth after you've done cleanse yourself from the filth? Let them stay right there and dry rot in their so-called liar of a life that they continuously want to continue to live like or life as. Let them live life as such, a lie. Not you, boo. You are the truth, and you're going to always be the truth. I'm hearing, so help you God. That's what I'm hearing. So however that resonates, liar. They are untrustworthy liars, what they are. And that's why they're going to jail. Shocking message where they're very shocked about because they're losing control. You ain't paying them no mind. They're spiraling out of control. They're showing their hand behind fake profiles, fake pages. You're just seeing the how obsessed that they are with you. And people that are become very obsessed with you are going to, again, self-sabotage themselves. Good. They're going to learn, leave you alone. The hell? Transition. Okay? Well, psychological abuse. So Divine Alpha Male states on YouTube, spiritual jail is worse. If you're able to look at it from this perspective, spiritual jail wrapped up in psychological abuse, put those two together, yeah, it's really bad. Yeah, especially if you don't have a way out. You're not even aware that you have a way out. It's like a bird that's in a cage, but the door is open. And you're this caged bird and you don't realize that the door is open. All you got to do is fly through or fly out for you to see things in a bigger scope or a bigger perspective of things, if that makes sense. But transition is here. So you'll find out, or you'll see that they're not doing well, or you're going to find out that they're not doing well because they can't control themselves. They can't control the lies. They're spinning out of control. So since they can't control their lies, they can't control themselves. Since they can't control themselves, sayonara, arrivederci, au revoir, goodbye, see you later, peace out. What's some other ways to say bye in different languages? Help me out here. Ciao. Okay. Anxiety, okay, that they're going through, okay, shoot. They're unemployed. Yeah, they're unemployed because their life is wrapped up in yours. So of course they're going to be unemployed. They're not going to work. They're missing work. They're taking days off from work. And we all know, well, I can't speak for the whole world, but just more so for the United States here. United States is a capitalist society. It is what it is, okay? And businesses don't care about you. They care about what you're doing for them. And if you're not, doing what you're supposed to do, you out of there. And they out of there, okay? They unemployed. So now they feel that they're unemployed, that they have more time to place into you. Wrong. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It could be an Aries, however it resonates. You could be the Aries that are going through this, or that's an Aries that is going through something negative. And when I say Aries, you going through this, meaning you've experienced what this person has tried to put you through, okay? And we have dark energy here that they no longer can pretend. This is the energy that they're in, but in a negative aspect of things. They're in a negative aspect of dark energy, and they can't pretend anymore around you. Again, the more truthful that you are towards self, the more things are going to be revealed towards you. That's the truth. That's how source or divine set it up for you to see the truth in matters of self, others, person, places, or thing. If that makes sense. And they can no longer pretend of the dark energy that they're actually in, which is actually dark in this point of view here. They can't fathom the idea that you're able to see them in all of their darkness. Well, I mean, isn't that what the light is for? If you're in darkness or you're submerged in darkness and you want to put on the light, and the moment that you put the light on, you see everything like, yo, what the? It's like, I had a vision about a chessboard. And everything was in the dark. I couldn't see anything. I only could hear and feel. And my spirit wanted me to literally turn on the light, which was me, my soul, my energy. Turn on the light so you can see. And I turned on the light, and I started to glow within a vision that I had. And when I turned on the light of self, I was able to see everything that was on the chessboard. There were like odds and ends of things. There were booby traps. There were trash and filth everywhere. There were things that needed to be decoded. It was just a hoopla of just like puzzles that once I was able to turn back on my light, reinvigorate my light within, turn back up that flame within, was the moment that I was able to see it from a bigger point of view or a scope of things. And when I say me, I'm going to add you guys in this, if that makes sense, the collective, but just using me as an example, if that makes sense here. You could be a Pisces, or they could be, however it resonates, okay? That's a toxic family, okay? So maybe you were a Pisces that were a part of a toxic family, or a Pisces may have done this to you that was in the toxic family, okay? Sudden changes are here, okay? The light makes everything better. You can see more. It's visible. Fake Emperor is here, okay? That's going through sudden changes. Keeper is in reverse, okay? They're not their keeper. They can't even keep themselves upright. A friend is in reverse, so this is like an ex-friend or someone that you kicked to the curb. So a fake Emperor, masculine Pisces, that's a false friend, fake friend. You disconnected from this friend. Or they can just be operating in masculine energy. So take that how that resonates. They thought they were going to be a keeper. They thought that you were going to keep them around. And you was like, no, you're dead weight. You got to go too. And they are very shocked. Specifically a Pisces here is very shocked by you disconnecting from them. You're not talking to them, anything. Hiding something is in reverse. They are very distraught. Very distraught. Again, it could be an actual masculine energy, masculine person, a man, or it could be a woman in a masculine energy. So take it how it resonates here, okay? But yeah, they can no longer hide their feelings for you, or they're wanting to express themselves to you, but you don't care. You don't care. You don't care. People need to learn and normalize treating people with respect and love. When you are in their, when they're in your face, your energy, your space, people need to learn. And they're learning. Let them go. You have every right to let people go that don't serve you for they don't serve anything good for you. They were nothing but a lesson to you, and you learned your lesson. Challenges, they challenge you on your point of view, and you pass with flying colors. Congratulations. You pass with flying colors, boo. How did you pass with flying colors? Because you tapped into your shadow side, which is okay. That is okay. Just because you tap into your shadow side doesn't make you negative. Again, there are a dark side of dark energy, and there's a light side to dark energy. Okay? Yes, you tapped into parts of you that were unseen. Parts that you didn't even knew existed at the time, but you put your pride aside, you put your fears aside, and you confidently sat down, hermit mode or meditation, etc., and you were able to surpass all of the challenges that they placed in front of you. Some of you guys were procrastinating or is procrastinating. Don't procrastinate your life. Don't procrastinate your greatness. Again, you are here to do great things, not silly things, not frivolous things. You are here to create an imprint, and not only in your life, but other people's life, whatever your purpose is, because all our purposes are going to be slightly different. So you're going to have to take that how that resonates. But don't procrastinate your purpose. It could be the best school teacher, best daycare teacher. It could be a baker. It could be a cook. It could be a chef. It could be a mechanic. It could be a flight attendant. It could be whatever, however. Whatever your purpose is, don't procrastinate on it. Because you're only doing yourself a disservice, which they want. They want you to disservice yourself. Oh, I gotta go. I got a meeting soon. I know I was talking this much. All right. Maybe when I get on a road, child, sometimes. Yeah, I got a meeting soon. I gotta and they're desperate. They're desperate to be aligned to you, and they cannot. They cannot ever be aligned to you. This is why they're creating this victim mentality. Oh, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and what? What? The collective is the truth. 100%. Period. Lack of accountability. So, because they're desperate to align with you and they can't align with you, filth can't align with cleanliness. I'll put it in that way. Yes, they're filthy. Yes, they are. The way that they do things, having multiple partners, doing God knows whatever else they be doing in the dark that they think is hidden, which is not ever hidden here. They're trying to align to your cleanliness as to who you are. They're trying to align to the truth as to who you are. A lie cannot connect with the truth. It cannot. It's like a password using Wi-Fi again. If you put in the wrong password for the Wi-Fi, that's a lie, isn't it? In order for you to successfully connect to the Wi-Fi, you have to put the truth, the right password into the Wi-Fi. Not so? So the moment that you put the actual truth or the right password or the right code onto your Wi-Fi is the moment that you're going to be able to get access to it. Does that make sense? Lack of accountability. And that's why they're holding the grudge. We don't care. Hold the grudge. Hold it. You can fricassee, you can fry it, you can chef it up, you can boil it, you can bake it. We don't care. You can bubble gump it for all I care. We don't care, karmic. Because you don't have no control over the collective, boo. We coming up very strong. Period. You ain't stopping nothing, boo, but yourself, karmic. Got an issue? Take it up with God. But we all know they ain't connecting to God, because whatever God they so-called think that they connected to, that ain't God. So they need to take it up with somebody, but not you. We got Aries here. Okay. Capricorn. Okay, strong Capricorn. Scorpio. Aries, strong Aries. Pisces. Sagittarius. Okay. We have Libra, Capricorn, Strong Capricorn. Pisces. One more. Leo. Okay. So if that resonates, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification. Oh, let me do it before. Stand clear of the closing doors, please. Doo, doo. This is a southbound express train to Carmicville. Stand clear of the closing doors, please. Doo, doo. Y'all make sure y'all go here and get this book here. It's called Wisdom Beyond Wounds. Okay, this book is readily available on Amazon for purchase. Make sure you go grab your book because it's going to be yours and you buying it, right? Thank you for the support. Also, if you're wanting to be a part of the podcast as well, it's also called Wisdom Beyond Wounds, where I'm creating an avenue for individuals that feel very comfortable and open enough to heal publicly to help other people heal. This is a movement I'm creating. One heal, more heal. If that makes sense. So if you feel very comfortable or led and you would like to be on my podcast, that information has been posted all over my social media accounts. Make sure that you're following me on all my social media accounts: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. What else I got? I think I got X as well, and all of my and Threads. I'm all over, boo. Just look me up, the Afro Zen, all over. All same handle, the Afro Zen. Okay, love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. If you would like to book a private read with me as well too, that information is also in my description box as well, and I've been posting that as well. You go out there and be freaking great, because that's what you are. Don't allow anybody to tell you differently. You are great because you said so, not because I said so, because you said so. And you have to see that within yourself. Get into a habit of speaking nothing but life. Speak nothing but life into yourself. Okay, spots are definitely coming in pretty quickly for my podcast. It seems like I'm already like a month out. So I think the next available slots will be in October. So make sure y'all get y'all spots if you're open and ready to do this. Love you guys. Be great. And I will see you all in the next one. Thank you so much, TikTok. Mwah. See you later. Thank you, boo. Instagram and Facebook. Mwah, mwah. Thank y'all. Love y'all. Bye, YouTube. Mwah. Love, love, love y'all. Thank you so much for being here. Truly appreciate it. Thank you for the shares, the comments as well. Love you guys. I'll see you on the next one.